recording.
Joshua McLemore.
Hold still. Okay.
Do you ever feel like there's a giant weight crushing you, forcing you down to the floor, and the only way to get it off of you is through raw physical exertion? Literally lifting the weight from you can help you lift other, less tangible weights. We all want to feel more relaxed, breathe deeper, and sleep better. Everyone knows that physical activity is important and healthy. Did you know that these benefits are not just physical though? I'm going to try to persuade you to work out for mental benefits. Regular physical activity results in more positive mental well-being. Exercise is comparable to antidepressants for people with major depressive disorders. In a study made public in Psychosomatic Medicine 2007, James Blumenthal, PhD, a clinical psychologist at Duke University, found similar rates of remission in depressed patients whether they did exercise or were prescribed an antidepressant. Blumenthal then followed up with these patients a year later, finding that those who exercised regularly had lower depression scores overall. This study was published in 2010 volume of Psychosomatic Medicine. Regular exercise reduces anxiety. Jasper Smits, PhD, author of Exercise for Mood and Anxiety, Overcoming Depression and Enhancing Well-Being, exposed 60 subjects to carbon dioxide-enriched gas, mimicking the effects of a panic attack. What he found was that those subjects who had higher activity levels, along with higher anxiety reported rates, reported much less anxiety overall and recovered better. A study published in Depression and Anxiety 2008 found that patients exposed to a 2-week regular exercise program regularly had lower levels of anxiety compared to a control group. Exercise also leads to deeper, more relaxed sleep. Exercise reduces insomnia by decreasing arousal, anxiety, and depressive symptoms, according to J.A. Horn in his Exercise and Sleep Body Heating Effects abstract. Horn goes on to theorize that perhaps because exercise increases body temperature during the day, exercise while performed in the afternoon or later can actually help you sleep as you wind down from the rigors of the day. As you can see from these specific instances, exercise reduces anxiety, mimics the effects of antidepressant drugs, and can let you fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. So I've quoted a bunch of studies about patients in controlled settings, and this tells you nothing about how it applies to you. So how does it? Exercising regularly can make you more mentally tough. Mentally tough is not some term I just coined and shouldn't conjure images of fighters in a ring. Mentally tough is defined as having seven parameters by James Lohr in his book. Self-confidence, attention control, minimizing negative energy, increasing positive energy, maintaining motivation levels, attitude, and visual and imagery control. Scientists Felix Galima and Sylvia Laborde agree, even studying this in an abstract, partially entitled Higher Order Structure of Mental Toughness Between Athletes of 34 Different Disciplines and Non-Athletes. Galina and Laborde found that athletes have more mental toughness than non-athletes. In their abstract, the scientists measured hope, optimism, perseverance, and resilience, finding that these categories were fit to compare and measure between both athletes and non-athletes. Their findings concluded that those who engaged in regular activity, physical, anaerobic, or non-anaerobic, were up to 5 times more mentally tough than those who were not. Mental toughness components translate to success inside and outside of the gym. In an interview with UFC fighter Chael Sonnen, the fighter says, if you attack exercise with a harsh intensity, you will eventually develop a genuine expectation of winning for the price you had to pay. Arnold Schwarzenegger is quoted as saying, I visualize myself believing and having what I want, referring to anything from his Mr. Olympia bodybuilding titles to his numerous success in movies and acting, to even becoming the governor of California. Therefore, exercise translates to mental toughness, which translates to attaining your goals. In conclusion, I hope you will exercise for mental benefits after all that has been said today. You don't have to engage in back-breaking levels of strenuous activity, Nor do you have to be a cross-country runner to reap these benefits. In fact, why not run a mile to clear your head today? While the physical effects of exercise are immediate, so are the mental benefits. While pushing that weight and becoming mentally tough and visualizing yourself succeeding, you will build resolve that you will always carry with you. You might find a new love, and maybe one day I'll see you on the cover of a magazine.